for Mother's Day. Happy Mother's Day, all you mothers. I don't know if that came out right or not. Anyway, we're going to be celebrating Mother's Day today and with Nika Cherrelle. And that'll be coming up as Mark Alyn Cooks Your Dinner takes to the air. And we are beginning our show. This is a pre recorded show, and we really appreciate Nika participating with us. And we're going to bring Nika right in now. Hello, Nika.
Hello, Mark. Can you hear me?
I can. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Hello, hello, hello. Again, can you hear me? I'm sorry, that was a different commercial. Uh, I met Nika through the Polk Institute, and they're a nonprofit organization. Tell us about the Polk Institute first, okay?
Absolutely. Yeah, the Polk Institute is a nonprofit organization that supports small business owners in becoming fundable entrepreneurs. So, really getting us set up so that we can step out into the world powerfully, seek investments, expand and grow our businesses, and ultimately do social good in the world. The idea is that really socially motivated businesses that really care about people also deserve to be funded and be profitable. So it's a very powerful structure they have.
And you're part of cohort two at Polk.
Yeah.
What does that mean?
So I'm the second year of participants who's gone through the program. I also happen to be in my second year, which is neither here nor there, but the second cohort, we're in year two. And that actually brings forth a lot of specialized mentorship. So we get our own mentor, we get a team of them, and we get to actually work specifically on the details in our company to elevate it. Year one is really powerful and phenomenal. It's a master intensive like year of business knowledge, and now in year two, it's really about like applying it. So that's really awesome.
All right. Obviously, our logo went away, but it'll come back. Um, we're going to toast right now. We'll toast to mothers and you, Nika, in your second year of working with the Polk Institute, and we'll talk a little bit about your. You have two companies. You're a fine artist, and you also have a company that works with people who may have. Um, I'm trying to think of how to
Yeah,
say this
I got
politely.
it.
Uh,
so
we talk about you talk about sex a lot. Okay, there.
that's the short and skinny of it.
Yeah, got it. All right. Well, I'm short and I used to be skinny. Let's toast right now to Mother's Day. Okay,
To mothers.
to mothers. And I'm drinking a Cabernet from Carmel Wines. Yeah, it's a winemaker's blend. That's not a cap. Anyway, did your mom uh, 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 teach you cooking? Did you watch her cook?
Oh, what an excellent question, actually. My grandmother taught me cooking. It
Okay.
was really special. Oh, I'm so sorry. Faux pas, faux pas.
Yeah,
Um,
I forgot to tell you that.
um, no, my grandmother taught me how to cook when I was very, very young, and my mother would often spend times making us delicious breakfast in the morning. She's a business owner, so she would cook us meals, and then she'd be off making the magic of life work, and I would spend hours in the kitchen just getting really comfortable there with my grandmother. And so as I got older, I know a lot of her recipes, and my mom and I still share cooking tips and create recipes over the phone. So a lot of
Got it. And you're in Oakland, California. Where is your mom?
my mom is in San Antonio, Texas.
We That's right. We talked about that the other day. The Alamo is a lot smaller than I thought it would be.
This is accurate.
All right. Well, we're going to make something for moms because what can you give your mother for Mother's Day? I mean, does she need another perfume? No. Does she need another sweater? Probably not. But does she want and does she need chocolate covered bacon? Mmm. So we're gonna. I want you to tell us about the recipe a little bit, and then while we're melting the chocolate, um, and we'll talk about that in a second as well. We'll talk about your fine artwork as too. So we start by taking bacon and putting it on. You tell me.
Yeah, so you want to get the thickest possible sliced bacon you can, and I know you went out and got something nice and substantial, Mark.
Hmm.
So what you want to do is you want to place that on a baking rack. So a little something to keep it elevated in the oven. Put it in and bake it for about 20 minutes on 400 degrees. I personally love my bacon crispy, so like just a little snap, not overcooked, just
Okay.
crispy.
Our
um,
bacon. We Carol and I like our bacon a little bit bendy. So look, it's a little bit bendy,
yes, and
like
the beautiful
like gumbo.
thing. Oh, the beautiful thing about this recipe is that it's really phenomenal with just about however you like the texture of your bacon. But I
Mhm.
recommend it be thick sliced because you want it to be able to hold the weight of the chocolate.
Oh, I hadn't thought about that. That's interesting. Well, let's talk about the chocolate. I'm going to show you what I bought, and it turns out you like it too. For cooking, um, I like Trader Joe's dark chocolate bar. This is imported from Belgium. It's got a great consistency and a great taste. And I'm going to open this up. Now, we're only going to make 4 strips of chocolate covered bacon because there's only Carol and me um, uh, around to eat it. So I'm going to go over here and open this up. And this chocolate comes in squares. And I think what I'm going to do is not break it.
You slam it against the counter, Mark. You just pick it up and give it a good whack.
Oh, there! I whacked it. So I've got about 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 squares. That's going to be. I think that'll work. Now we've got a double boiler going over here, um, and you can use a microwave to melt this. But I think if you break it up into smaller pieces, it'll melt better.
Oh, absolutely. And
Right?
the thing I love about this chocolate, like you said, it has really great consistency, so it melts really well and really smooth. I will say two things about your process. I would cut your bacon strips in half because that'll make them easier to dip in the chocolate once it's
Okay.
melted. And you might want to use a bit more chocolate just for the space of dipping, unless you've
Oh,
got a
okay. I
smear.
can. Yeah, you can never have too much chocolate. Carol's right. All right.
And if you really like fattening, delicious desserts, I can give you a million tips with what to do with that leftover chocolate.
All right. Yeah. And I'm drinking red wine because we think that red wine and chocolate go very well together. And the
Yes.
chocolate's already melting, which I'm glad to say. By the
Yeah,
way,
it's pretty.
chocolate is all over the place. Um, did you make this with your mom?
I didn't, but I actually, so you know what? Let's clean this one up. I will definitely be making this for her if I have not already. um, I got my affinity for bacon from my mom. Like I said, she would make us breakfast, and it would be all these really yummy things. And my mom loves bacon. Like there's just no two sides about it. And I grew up just it was my absolute favorite thing. So I recently had to slow down on the bacon, but
Okay.
I introduced my family to this recipe over the holidays, and it was really, really quite fantastic.
Well, there is nothing that smells better than bacon. I'm looking for my towel here. Um, it's it's it it's just great. By the way, this is Trader Joe's apple smoked bacon, and it doesn't have nitrates in it. I try to buy meats that are not cured, including bacon. I've had, I eat a lot of turkey, for example, in sandwiches, and when I do that, I I make sure that they don't have nitrates, other than those occurring naturally. Okay, I'm going to take a spoon and we're going to go over here to our, and let's see how we're doing. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
It's going to take a while, but that's okay. We have time. So while this is melting, I'm melting. Um, Shades of the Wizard of Oz. Um, what You're an artist, a fine artist, and we're going to bring up a couple of your pictures. Look at that. That's gorgeous.
Thank
I mean,
you.
it really is. Tell us about this particular piece of art.
Yeah, so I'm a classically trained fine artist and I specialize in figurative work and portraiture. This piece is a drawing that I did of my niece back when she was very young. And the idea of it is it's kind of that like loss of innocence stage, actually. So, like, she's a very young girl. And there's this moment where you kind of like have that reckoning of growth. So, the piece I actually titled, And Then We Grow Up, and it was this whole like watching her transition from this space of like being very youthful to actually becoming a woman. So
And where did you go to school?
great questions. So college, I went to California College of the Arts, formerly California College of Arts and Crafts, up here in Oakland. It's over in Rockridge, and I have been making art since I was 4.
Oh,
So
wow.
when you asked that question, I was like, where do I begin?
Do
Yeah.
you have a degree like a bachelor's or a BFA?
Yes, I have a bachelor's in fine art.
Wow, that I can't draw a straight line with a ruler. We're going to come up back over here. I keep misplacing my towel. And let's take a look, see at how we're doing.
Yeah,
Ooh, gooey.
looking good.
It's almost ready. Almost ready. Um, let's take a look at another of your artwork, Carol.
So
Now I
yeah,
have to tell you, this looked to me, and I said that to you. It looked like it was carved out of chocolate, but it's not. Tell us.
yeah. So this is one of my mixed media pieces. It's ceramic, so those are hand sculpted hands, and they have a faux bronze finish. So when you see them in person, they actually that deep chocolate color also has a bit of a metallic sheen. And this is from my Wade in the Water series. So I do a lot of culturally relevant political art, especially around Black identity and the Black cultural experience. And Wade in the Water is a Negro spiritual that was used during slavery for the Underground Railroad. So there was like these hidden
Wow.
messages in the music. And I created this series as an homage to the role in which water actually played in my history and lineage as an African American person. So,
Can you sing the hymn?
oh,
What?
I didn't realize I was going to put myself on the spot. Okay. So, in
No.
my best pretend voice, all right.
Yes.
Wade in the water, Wade in the water, children, wade in the water. God's gonna trouble the water.
Wow, that's that transcends to me everything. I mean, black, white, green, purple doesn't matter, right? Wow. Let's take a look at one last piece of art I think we have for you. This is a crystal, right?
This is actually cast glass. Kiln
Whoa.
cast glass. Yeah, it's about 1 foot in diameter, a couple inches thick. And this is I actually submitted this piece to talk about for Mother's Day, and I'm really happy that you chose it. The piece is titled The Curse of the Black Madonna. And it actually lends into the conversation of the wet nurse and women who have four children and also take care of other people's children. And so I really think that it's this piece to acknowledge what women go through and what Black women have gone through in terms of like providing sustenance and providing comfort. And really, I mean, it is a universal womb holder thing. And it's a really beautiful gift to be able to give. So this piece has a lot of layers for me, and just in the spirit of Mother's Day to really acknowledge and honor.
Well, what we're going to do now is, and if you're interested in learning about Nika and her work, we've got her website is coming up right now, and you can find out about her artwork and about her other work that she does in helping people express themselves sexually. All right,
If
I
it's
got that
okay,
one right.
oh, if it's okay, I could just give a very small synopsis to help people kind of understand the other
Sure.
work. So the company is the House of Cherrelle, and we focus on increasing diversity in conversations on health and sexuality so that we are helping people move through shame and heal trauma so that they can then enjoy the pleasure in life. So it really is about health and healing and um, I guess a way of being holistically alive. Like sexual expression is just one of the many ways we get repressed, and it's about freeing yourself up in all of these areas.
I just had the pleasure of completing a series called Elephant in the Room, and it was about sexism and sexism, man to woman, woman to woman, transgender, et cetera, et cetera. It was very enlightening, and it's still available, and you can go and see that at inisivox.com. All right, let's go back to the chocolate because, frankly, I'm hungry. Okay, that looks nice and gooey to me. And I'm going to move this over here.
Now, do we have a liquid consistency? Kind of give it a little shake stir.
Yeah, where's the spoon? Oh, maybe I took it off a little. No, I think it's, I think the consistency is pretty good.
Tilt it up and let's see if it runs. That's what we want to see. Ah, yeah, that looks good.
All right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put that here. I've got, Carol's not going to like this, but to cut the bacon in half, I'm using kitchen scissors.
And when I usually do that, I'll cut it in half before I bake it. I'm also usually making a lot more when I do.
Well, we're trying to watch, if we can. All right, what I'm going to do is first, Carol, would you come here? Not come. Show me. I mean, show me. Bring. I'm going to sacrifice myself. I need to taste the chocolate to make sure that it's okay to eat. Does that make sense?
Absolutely. Make sure there's no poison on it.
Okay, that beat chocolate. Mm. All right, so I'm going to take this and think you can see that. Swing it around, cover the chocolate, the bacon up.
Yeah, and then right on the wax paper.
And right on the wax paper.
And the wax paper is a very important step in this process. When it comes to cooling it, it makes it easy so that the chocolate will peel right off.
Ah, well, what we're going to do is there's never enough chocolate. Now, as I've said on the show before, I never do these recipes in advance. And this is kind of like an artsy and a crafty kind of a thing.
Yeah, this I actually think I might have first had this at an art exhibit now that I think of it.
Oh my. So
Yeah.
you learned about bacon from your mom, but you introduced her to this dish?
Yes. So I learned about bacon and then I turned around and covered it in chocolate and candied it and did all types of fun extra stuff.
Got it. Now, one of the things is you can do is you could put sprinkles on this or nuts. And we decided, well, Carol decided no sprinkles because Carol doesn't like sprinkles. Um, uh, you could put pink sprinkles or purple sprinkles. They're blacks, all kinds of different colored sprinkles. I've made a mess. I've made a big mess. I know what I'm going to do though. So I'm just going to cover this like that. Last piece, put it there. I'm going to put it back here. Sorry, I just have to do this one more thing. I had to make sure it was still good. So now that I've done that, I'm going to come over. I'm going to get another plate. I'm going to put that there. Take another piece of wax paper. And we'll move these over so that they're not. I think that'll be better.
Kind of lay them out so that they're not as globular.
Yes. Well, if it's globular chocolate, it's okay.
Yeah, give them maybe a half inch of space. And
Yeah.
the way it looks right now
Yeah.
is totally normal. I will say that if you are into adding candy to your chocolate, toffee, the nuts during the holidays, I'll do peppermint or like candy cane, and that can definitely like liven up the look and color. Um, and then also, I encourage someone out there to do this successfully, drizzling it with white chocolate. I think that would just be the prettiest thing
Wait a
ever.
second. What? Whoa, whoa, whoa. There is no such thing. No such thing. I do not believe in white chocolate. It doesn't taste good. It doesn't, it just, no, 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 no white chocolate. You can do
Blasphemy.
sprinkles, you can do nuts, you can do toffee, but you cannot, please, no white chocolate. Okay. I'm going to put this in my refrigerator. Actually, Carol, I'm going to hand this to you. I'm going to talk to Nika for just a moment or two more. Put it in there, and we'll take it out in just a second or two, and I'll taste it. Yeah, yeah, I can't wait. Just a couple minutes there. So this is really an easy dish. You by baking the bacon, it drains the fat down
Mhm.
and away, and it's a very easy way. I've never baked bacon before, and we have a convection oven. It did it very quickly, and it's very easy to do. And then we let it cool. I was going to cook the bacon during the show, and it occurred to me I'd burn my fingers, and I don't want to do that. So
That is a very smart move. Very
thank
smart.
you. Yes, thanks. So what kind of art projects are you working on right now?
Oh, that's a really great question. I recently finished a video project that's online, and I can share the link with you after the show. It focused on disability awareness. I am. I'm also. I mean, I'm primarily focused on my podcast. Actually, I know. I don't know if I mentioned the podcast
No,
before.
I didn't know that you had a podcast. You're holding out
Yes,
on me, Nika.
I'm so sorry.
Tell
so,
us
uh,
about
so
your podcast.
it's related to the work that I do in the realms of health and sexuality. So it's the It Cast, Real Talk on Sex. And that is the community outreach resource that we use to take into communities, provide information, and connect experts with organizations that would need their services.
Does the
And
Polk
it's
Institute help you with that?
Yes, so that's the business that they've been contributing to, and or rather that I put into the program to have developed, and I'm very excited about what we're doing there. It really is the heart of the social impact work that I do. So I know when I first,
I'm
oh,
sorry. I was going to say that um, I don't want to be political here, but I get confused because there's so many new terms, and they seem to be coming up almost daily in terms to people's sexuality. Is that confusing to you as well, or not?
like just the new languaging that's coming out
Yes,
around.
exactly.
So I first off, I completely understand why it's confusing. And I definitely think that it shouldn't be something that people get really harsh about. You know, we're learning, we make mistakes, we're growing, and identity politics shifts so much. I mean, we're constantly coming out with a new way to relate to and talk about and create our people groups. And I think it's important to acknowledge people as they have shared that they want to be acknowledged, but at the same time, not taking it out on people based on accidents, mistakes, assumptions. Like we're all in that space. So I see entirely why it's confusing. And I think that it even makes it hard for people who are confused to ask because of the backlash or like the reactions that could be gotten.
Right. I mean,
Yeah.
I want to be, I guess, politically correct when I'm addressing somebody. He, him, her, they. I don't get the they.
hmm
But I guess if we listen to the podcast, which is found where?
So we're on YouTube and we're at NikaCherrelles.com, which is also one of the links below my name. So you can find it there. uh, and also follow on social media at Nika Cherrelle.
On on every place,
Anywhere you,
all over the place, just like us here at Mark Allen Cooks. Carol, do you think you think we? Yeah, I hope so too.
bacon, yeah,
The bacon, I think the bacon may be ready. Ooh,
pretty quick.
yeah. Well, I really should have a bib on. All right, I'm going to take one. Here we go, folks. Oh, Nika, you've done it again. Mm, mm.
Right?
This is easy to make, and I think it'll blow your mom's mind. I really do. Um,
It's only two ingredients.
there's only what?
Two ingredients.
Yeah, there's only. You're right. There's only two ingredients. I hadn't thought about that. How easy is that?
And
Excuse me.
the thing that I love, it's great. It's super simple. It's easy to make with kids. So like the bacon's already set, and then the kids can dip it in the chocolate. It's a very fun dish to make. It's a very fun dish to eat. And as you're enjoying it, I'm so jealous. I
Mm.
don't have a copy of my own bacon.
It's really good, and and, and you know what goes with the wine. Nika, thank you very much for spending time with us. If you want information about Nika, here it is. And if you want information about the Polk Institute, you can bring both up at the same time. There's the polkinstitute.org. Lots of information going on. Gary Polk is, I've interviewed him a number of times, and nice guy, and he's really helping entrepreneurs of all kinds, like Nika, um, get out there and develop entrepreneurship. Nika, thank you very much. I hope you had a good time.
I had a phenomenal time as always. Thank you so much, Mark.
You're fun to be with. I appreciate it. All right, thank you. Uh, Thank you very much for watching. Happy Mother's Day to you. Next week, I'm not sure what we're having next week. I'm not sure, but it's been booked. I forgot. But we'll be back next week, 4 p.m. Pacific, 7 p.m. Eastern, right here on Facebook, on YouTube, LinkedIn, you name it, we're there. See you next time. Bye bye for now.